So I finally did it. I beat every major mainline Yakuza / Like a Dragon game like 4 or 5 months ago. Besides like original Yakuza 1 and 2, Dead Souls, the Kurio games, and the Samurai games because like fucking come on. And I decided to rank all of these games for your amusement. It should go without saying, but this list is like turbo subjective. What I find to be great does not mean you have to find it great, and vice versa. And I was not joking in my last Yakuza video, dude. All of these games are great. Even the worst entries are better than some franchises' best entries. So let's not plod. Plod? Is it plot or plot? I gotta fucking check. No more dicking around. Let's go rank these Yakuzas. Also, spoilers for every mainline game because, you know, of course. You knew that this game was gonna be last. The same 3 Yakuza games share the last place for anybody who isn't deranged, and Yakuza 5 with its tortoise-riding snail pace, abysmal side activities, and tree headbutting story sits definitively in last place. Sorry, Shinada, you couldn't save this game. I'll be waiting for your Gaiden game in like 66 years. Yakuza Kiwami was the first game to wear down my patience during my back-to-back not-in-order playthrough, mostly due to it being too bound to its PS2 core, especially when it comes to how the game flows. Also, you couldn't make me care about Yumi no matter how many times the future games tell me how much Kiryu cares about Yumi. The Majima Everywhere system stops being fun after like 3 hours. It basically like every first game entry, where you can see the light of brilliance underneath all the bullshit.
Daigo.
Not the worst Yakuza game by a long shot, mostly because it's short, like no joke. If you just do the main story, you could probably beat this game in like 3 days. But one of those days would be dedicated to one fucking exposition cutscene. Mine is cool. I wish they made him a character besides the last like 20% of the game. And the combat is not as bad as people say, but it's still not good, especially when the game realizes it needs to be a challenge and decides to do it in the worst way possible. I sentence Yakuza 3 combat glazers to infinite Lao Kao Long fights.
Tranquilo.
We have left behind the Yakuza Dark Ages and have entered the good shit zone. Now let me be clear about this though, Yakuza 6 would be a way worse game if it was Kiryu's last hoorah. Leaving most of his friends in the dust and literally just watching the exact same thing that happened to him in Yakuza 1 happened to him again with his newfound comic relief friends is pretty weird. But it's still a fun romp dragged down by the game's mid-side activities. I finished the clan creator story more out of my respect for New Japan Pro Wrestling rather than my own enjoyment.
Shut up, bitches!
Spearfishing got old really quickly. Fucking baseball was unnecessarily complicated, and I shit you not, I actively tried to find the bar talking minigame for my entire playthrough, but then I accidentally started it in the last chapter, so I barely got to do that. Basically, you know this game's side activities are cooked when the most fun minigame I had was the fucking gym. Also, Gaiden is literally what the clan creator should have been. And speaking of Gaiden, I lied. Weirdly, this is the most, like, overhated Yakuza game, and one part of me understands when you compare the little details that were apparently lost in the PS2 game, like music sounding more generic for certain characters, but in exchange, this game's just really fun. Like, the combat is fun, like it's just a step up from Yakuza 6, just throwing people around all the time. Forshine, my beloved. Ryuji Goda, more like Ryuji Gotid. Kaoru, aka Kiryu's objectively better love interest. If anything, the only thing holding this game back is just the mountain of wasted potential that the future games failed to capitalize on. If we're talking about resurrecting dead villains, I'm on Team Ryuji, guys. Sorry, Team Mine.
This guy should stop coming on us.
Judgment is a good game. Unfortunately, Lost Judgment. Literally, there is just no reason to go back and play Judgment once you've beaten it unless it's for the story. And its story is amazing. Better than Lost Judgments even. But remember, this is a video game first, lads. Get it, lads? And when your game gets its forehead pushed in by its sequel so bad, it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Also, fuck the fucking stalking section, detective stalking. Tailing, that's what it's called. Fuck.
Oh yeah! Kido!
How did RGG manage to like hit a home run multi-pro tag story on the first go around, then proceed to shit their pants the next time? Yakuza 4 is just really good. It introduces our main man Akiyama. Saejima is cool also. Tanimura surprisingly won me over with time. Please put him in Judgment 3. Also make Judgment 3. Kiryu? Okay, to be honest, he's just kind of there. Like, this is probably Kiryu's worst appearance. Like, hey Kiryu, I'm pretty sure if my dad's attempted murderer tried interjecting himself into our lives again, I'm gonna have a hard time trusting him no matter how noble his intentions seem to be. Also, you fucking bullied Daigo, you asshole. And of course, Rubber Bullet's bad, but like, the story was really good up until then. Everyone's multi-pro tag reasons come together properly and not in an annoying way, Yakuza 5. Anyway, this is the only like PS3 era Yakuza game I could see myself replaying. Take that for what you will.
Jonior!
All mainline Yakuza games are like a full course homemade meal. Gaiden is like really fancy DoorDash. What it lacks in pure main game substance, it makes up for by being an amazing supplementary material story. I don't know if that food analogy worked, but it sounded like it worked in my head, so fuck you. I'd rather have Like a Dragon Gaiden, this long-ass subtitle, exist than not exist. Mostly because I love Akame, not to be confused with Akane or Akane. Are names hard in Japanese? She's fun and I hope she finds a way to be a staple in every Gaiden game. The Coliseum kicks ass and is probably the most fun I've had fighting in a Coliseum since Yakuza Kiwami 2. Shishido fucking rules and is probably in my top 5, maybe even top 3 Yakuza game antagonists. Awesome side game is an awesome side game. The cooler Judgment. Also, while I believe Judgment has a better overall story, Lost Judgment engages my fucking brain more because I love Yagami and Kawano's relationship. But Sawa Sensei gets memed on a lot, but I fucking love how it's a symbol for Yagami's absolutism philosophy on justice. If one innocent person suffers because of somebody else's version of justice, then it isn't really justice at all. It's great, I like it, plus, you know, snake style, skateboard, other cool side activities. Lost Judgment cool. Baby's first peak fiction. Everybody loves Yakuza 0. Everybody knows that everybody else loves Yakuza 0. Hell, the only reason that this isn't number 1 is because I think you can tell using your Yagami Judgment detective deduction skills that I think I prefer a type of gameplay more. But honestly, what else can I fucking add here? Kuze?
I've got cancer.
From strictly a gameplay standpoint, this is the best game. Filling to the brim with engaging fucking side content, the enhanced combat from 7. The only flaws in this game is that the story isn't as impactful to me as our number 1 game. Ooh, I wonder what it is, ooh! And this game has objectively the worst implementation of New Game Plus I have ever experienced. Unironically, it's better to start your game from scratch. Still peak. However, one game takes the take and is peak-er. Okay, I'll try and go about this without extended yapping, because I could go on for fucking 20 weeks about why I love this game, but to make it short, this was the game that sunk this franchise into my heart. Like, Yakuza 0 hooked me in, and Yakuza Like a Dragon made me go, I need to play every single game in this franchise right now and integrate it into my personality. I love everything about this game, even the jank combat in like the mid to early game. And before anyone thinks,
So H-man, you like Lost Judgment because it's a direct upgrade from Judgment, so why don't you do the same with Infinite Wealth? Like a Dragon, you yeasty rapscallion?
well, not only do I like 7's story more than Infinite Wealth, but it's also the character feel that is so much better in this game. Seeing this gang of fucking losers, criminals, and people at their lowest come together to become this one big ride or die family is so heartwarming, and you know, you don't have that in Infinite Wealth. All in all, if you just had to play one game in this franchise, you should make it Yakuza Like a Dragon. Did I mention Ichiban's costume? Hey, that's the ranking. I hope you liked it. Be sure to tell me your favorite and least favorite Yakuza game in the comments. And hey, you could share this video so you and a friend can laugh at my garbage opinions or something. That would be cool. Anyway, bye.